episode of Toon Talk TV, the top animated podcast on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, be sure and like, follow, and subscribe. We got an exciting guest coming on today's show. He actually goes back to almost the very first episode of Toon Talk TV, our first reoccurring guest. He's an animator creator. We'll save that for a second to describe who it is, or actually show you who it is. We do have an announcement for all our viewers about Toon Talk TV, but that'll be at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, we got the creator of Short Fest, animator, writer, voice actor. We got our boy Lee Thompson. Woo! Lee, you go back to the very first of Toon Talk TV. You were our first interview. We talked about Short Fest, and now we're back almost, I think, 2 years later. You're back on the show once again talking Short Fest. So for all the viewers that are just now coming and they're finding out about Short Fest, why don't you tell them a little bit about it?
Well, Short Fest is a 5-year strong film festival. It is by artists for artists. My wife and I are both professional artists. She does graphic design and I do the cartoon stuff. But together we are a dedicated couple to making animation be accessible to the community. So if you are indie, if you are underground, if you are undiscovered, if you're starting out, or if you've been doing it for a while, we've got a place for you. And it's your time to drink from the same watering hole of creativity. We are not exclusive at all. If you've got a story to tell, please submit.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, there was an unprecedented attack on American soil last year. A large population of artists all mysteriously disappeared around late July. All attempts to cover up the mass abductions have worked so far, but I fear we may have to be proactive this time. We're picking up radioactive activity in the Kuiper Belt that matches signatures we caught around this time last year. We need to be ready. We need to be prepared. We expect whatever is doing this to be hungry for more.
Boring. What happened to all the cartoons?
Yeah, we need some more cartoons in this ship. Do we have anything good on VHS?
I'll go check. Nothing. We're gonna need to beam up some more artists.
Let's do it.
Just to give you some looks on some stuff. Can I swap camera? Let's see what I can show. Oh, that's off. It doesn't let me rotate. Okay, it doesn't fucking matter. All right, so this is a bunch of art stuff from back when I was in college. That's the first arcade game that I ever made. And this soundstage is what I used in college. I built this. I'm in a barn right now. That is where my friends would sleep. That's where I would sleep. That's where we would play Smash Bros. And stuff over there.
Barnhouse Collective. That we get it.
Yeah. And then there used to be a whole bunch of more desks over there. Now there's just my desk, but remnants of just these other chairs.
You fired everyone?
And we are literally... That's where, yeah, we fired everybody. They got better jobs, but we are living in the wood. We are in the woods right now.
Dude, that's kind of nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's how it all started. The Barnhouse Collective.
Dude, that's sweet.
Sick. So, did you paint that green screen on the wall? That's like a paint. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I love it. Nice.
It's floor to ceiling with the swoop, so it was really easy for keying things. I'm still jealous of this setup. As an adult now, I'm like, what did fucking 20-year-old me have that 30-year-old me didn't have? And it's this.
So Lee, man, it's nice to have you back.
Are we recording now?
We've been recording the whole time.
I'm here visiting family until the end of the week. We're going to the Whitest Kids premiere. Because I got to work on that movie and it's finally coming out.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
That's
exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you. But how are you guys doing? How's life in the Toon Talk telecave?
It's rough, man.
It's
No.
fun. It's I just had a baby, so it's yeah. So a lot of stuff going on. So we're working on some stuff for Short Fest.
Nice.
Hopefully we get it out in time. But we'll talk more about that at the end of the podcast. We want to hear about Short Fest. We want to hear about you. We want to hear what everybody's already heard about Short Fest from last time. We want to know what's new coming this year and what's staying the same. Who's coming back? We want to hear it all. Tell us about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we have been like working our keisters off. I don't know how much cursing I'm allowed to say in here, but
Do it.
I don't
Do it
give
up.
a I don't F. I'm gonna say
Let it
whatever
out.
whatever the heck I want. We've been fucking working hard. We managed to. I got to give props to my wife. She was able to broker a deal with Sharpie, and we have Sharpie as a sponsor this year, and they are donating a ton of product to the event this year.
That's cool.
So we are going to be able to have like our drawing tables stocked with utensils, as well as they're dropping a new creative line of markers, and we've got like maybe $100 worth of markers that you can win in the raffle of just like a full variety of everything you could need. Because last year and this year we have the tablets. The tablets are like a staple. You always have to have a tablet for somebody to win, but there's a lot of analog artists that are like, whoa, I'm keeping it to my hands, buddy. What do I get out of this? So Sharpie's a big deal. We were able to get in touch with Andy Mation. If you know him on YouTube, he's the king of flip books. He gave us a whole bunch of flip book kits that people can win for how to make a perfect flip book. And he's got it down to a science. It comes with a light box and like peg boards just for making flip books. And then we talked to Toon Boom, and Toon Boom, there's a new person in charge. And they said, what do we get out of this? And we're like, well, here's what we do. Here's why we're important. Could we please have another deal this year? And they said, let me think about it. All right, we'll do it. So now they're giving us 4 different programs and also, I believe, 4 different lessons. So if you win a program, you can also get lessons from Toon Boom as well.
Oh, very cool.
That's cool.
How about
Yeah.
You know what I love for every year I put in a raffle ticket for artwork or animation cells. I'm a big fan of those. You got any of those this year?
I do. So, wow. Okay, so we do have animation cells. We have original concept art from Billy and Mandy, if you remember that on Cartoon Network.
Dude, awesome.
That's sick.
So that guy who created the show is an alum from Maxwell Adams. He's an alum from UArts in Philadelphia. And I reached out to him and I got concept art that hasn't been seen yet. So there's characters in costumes that you wouldn't normally see. So rejected concepts. So there's Eris, and she's dressed in like a sexy outfit. And I'm like, oh man, no wonder that didn't make it on air.
That's amazing.
So, we've got Billy in a Reaper suit for a character turn. We got comic book panels from a comic that he did of Billy and Mandy, and all these are original inks and original pen. And we've got those, so those are like definitely a level up from last year. We had just cells. Also, Tom Warburton, creator of Billy and Mandy, of Kids Next Door. He also did the concept art for Pepper Ann for the whole style guide, if you remember that show.
Yep.
He's a submitter this year.
Wow.
So
That's cool.
same thing. He graduated from Kutztown, my wife's college, and I got a hold of him. He's submitting a pilot episode for something that I guess is leaked. And he's letting us show that. And when I told him about our raffle and everything, he's like, hold on, let me draw you something.
Whoa.
So he drew us 2 original drawings for us to put in the raffle this year. So East Coast
Nice.
and Midwest are definitely representing hardcore.
Hell
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Nice, man.
So You mentioned that he's submitting stuff. Is it a full stacked lineup? Because so personally, we're kind of pushing to get something in there, but it's not completed yet. So, and I know the end of the submissions is in June. Do you got a stacked lineup?
So right now we've gone through a percentage of what we've gotten. We have currently over 200 submissions.
Wow.
Nice.
So right now we're doing some early bird submission acceptance for the people who were like very proactive in getting to us. As always, we always have a couple spotlight artists because that's being an indie thing. Being able to get the nod from somebody who's been like doing it a while is really important. And for some of these kids who are like, it might be their first fest to say, "Oh, I was next to Courage the Cowardly Dog." Like that's not something you can really fake. So we try to always have that. So how's our lineup looking? It's looking very good for the people who have already submitted. It is definitely tough to make calls, and we don't want people to think that we're any sort of like snooty festival, because we're not. We've never been. We've always been DIY and punk rock at our core. We pick what works best in the playlist. So if you think about like a mixtape for your crush, like, I get it. Through the Fire and Flames is a great song. But if I'm pairing that next to like, you know, I don't know, Don't Fear the Reaper, it's not necessarily going to work the best. I also don't know why that's going to be my music playlist for somebody I have a crush on.
Are we going to hear the DJ Lee playlist at Short Fest this year?
No, we have the same DJ as last year. He's killing it. He's going to make like a cartoon playlist that's going to be pretty sick.
Yes.
Shout out to Tim Martin. But how's our lineup looking? It's impressive. We've got a lot of fresh faces. Chicago's representing for sure. We've gotten some pretty beefy anime shots from some Chicago heads. We are closing at the end of June, and then the start of July, we're going to say everybody who's featured. If you're featured, you will be told. But it's always the skin of our teeth getting this festival going. It's always scary, but we're happy to do it every year.
Very cool.
So Lee, one of the exciting things that I like about Short Fest is kind of all the extra activities that you have. For instance, you've had like the Smash Bros tournament every year. Are we going to get another Smash Bros, or is there anything new that you're bringing to this, or are we keeping it pretty epic like most years?
You asked me about the Smash Bros tournament, and that's a touchy subject. The Smash Bros tournament is coming back.
Yes!
Not only that, but we are allowing people to vote and pick which version of Smash they're playing. GC, the GameCube, or the SW, itch. And we are sponsored by Eon Gaming, and they are such good supporters. They are giving us a shit ton of those upscalers. Homie's never even come out to the fest, and this year's going to be his first time coming out to the Philly show. He's like, "We just like your vibe, man. We're just going to keep giving you stuff." And I'm like, my man.
I like that.
I think one of the off the wall questions I have to make this very exciting. Again, we're going to link all this stuff in the description below. Be sure and check out Lee's page, Short Fest. But Lee, if you could introduce a food eating competition to Short Fest, and you have to participate in it, what do you think you could crush at?
Okay, I think that I would crush at. Damn. Changing it. No food. I'd crush at a Baja Blast competition.
Just drinking
Okay.
Baja
Oh,
Blast.
yeah.
Baja Blast. The sizes they give you for a large is bullshit. I know they have bigger cups. Give me a bigger cup. I've asked them that before. They don't give the bigger cup. I've got a technique with my Baja Blast. I hold one in one hand, and then I've got got my pocket. I've got my little shirt pocket, and I'll put another Baja Blast in there so I can optimize and drink as much Baja Blast as I can.
You got,
all at
dude. You got
once.
to wash that Baja Blast down with some Doritos Locos tacos, man. What?
Now that
Come
would be a
on.
challenge.
That's a challenge.
Who can
right
eat the
there.
most Doritos Locos tacos
I
at Short
know.
Fest?
There you go.
And this video is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Lee, my trick for Baja Blast is you get it with no ice. Then you get the full cup of Baja Blast.
No. I go for the Slurpee. I go for the Baja Blast Slurpee. That's what I like.
Smart.
Ooh.
So it's got to be frosty like that.
I never had me one of those.
But you said you guys are working on a short. Can you leak to me, a judge of content, what you've got brewing for your short?
So basically, we are going to take a little bit because cartoons take so long, as you know, to produce. We're going to take a little bit of a hiatus on Toon Talk. After this episode, we probably won't be back until after Short Fest, but we're dedicating some time to purely work on a short. And this is a little bit out of our spectrum. I feel like we normally go in a route that has a similar style. Like all of our cartoons kind of have a similar style in terms of tone and visual. And we're kind of going out there a little bit with this one. So
we're trying something new.
Yeah. The only thing I can, well, I don't want to say too much because things can change during the process, but it's definitely a completely different vibe from our other stuff. And if you let it in, fantastic. If you don't, if it doesn't fit with the playlist, we totally understand too. We got a new piece of cool work that's going to fit in our repertoire of cartoons, but we're going in a different genre this time, and I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm excited to see it. I am very optimistic that it will make it into the fest. We're a community event, and we like to take care of the people who have been supporting the event and have been coming out for years. And you guys are a big part of our first ever Michigan show. You remember we just had a tiny table that one year and cartoons. But then the year after that, you saw we had guest vehicles and cosplay. You guys were there from the start, and you came out in your bus. You started doing a documentary of that thing. My wife looked at me and she's like, "Who are these guys?" And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, "Hey, who did you make this? Let's start interviewing you." And I'm like, I'm not prepared for that. But you guys are prepared. You're very passionate and energetic. One thing I'll say about your crew is you haven't lost the spark that normally comes when you start aging out of wanting to do cartoons, which I've noticed is the case for a lot of people. You either maintain a passion for cartoons, or the grind set of making them gets to you, and a lot of people give up on that. And I know that you guys have full-time jobs. I know that you're dedicated to your craft and side hustles. So I respect the cartoons that you guys make. And that doesn't just go for this crew of Bob, Fred, and Mick, but all the creators that come out. It's a very diverse style, a very diverse age demographic, and very diverse passion. But we all love what we do. So I love what you guys do, and thank you for bringing that to the table.
Well said, Lee. Well said.
Thank you, man. We really appreciate it. Like all that stuff is really nice of you to say. And it even outside, like to all the other creators, I think that's why the fest is successful, is because it's a home for all these animators to go and watch this stuff. And we're thankful that it still is existing, and you have the spark as well. So yeah, man, we're glad we can hang out with people that have a similar outlook.
Thanks. Get ready for a good time. Get ready for Happy Meals for all the submitters. And it's going to be a real good time. There's a hotel stay, like I said, for like a $125 for King's Suites or double suites. Or for $25 you can camp in your car, Michael from the Capri said. Nice. So very
cool.
Yeah, we're trying to make it we're trying to do right by people. It's a tough game, but it's gonna be fun.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
There you have it. We got Short Fest coming up. We will link all the stuff again in the description below. Go check that out. And again, as Fred said, we'll be taking a little hiatus from Toon Talk TV, but we will be back with new episodes, more interviews after Short Fest. So be ready. We're not leaving our viewers hanging. We will return.
In the meantime, go take a look at our repertoire. We got a ton of episodes for you guys to watch if you haven't seen them. And if you see any cool tunes that pop up while we're gone, comment. Let us know. We'd love to check out new tunes.
Drop everything in the comments. Check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/wearethetelevision. We got some exclusive content out there. Be sure and like, follow, and subscribe. And we will see you guys after Short
And
Fest.
we'll see you at Short Fest.
And yeah, we'll be there at Short Fest, like always. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! See you guys at Short Fest.
Thanks, Lee.
Later, Lee.
All right, bye.
Step outside to the smell of gas, crack glass from the bottle's thrown. Food truck drips with the greasy smell.
Lee, do you play Marvel Snap? Of course you do.
I remember when it came out. I think I was like 8.
Dude, he just
Kinda got a
insulted
point,
you.
man. He's got
Yeah,
a point.
dude.
Why are you still playing that old game, dude?